What's going on? What's going on? We are finally live here. Has a few technical things going on, but we are here. Let me tell y'all, back another Sunday. Another Sunday. I think we about a couple weeks away from the first game. And like I said, we don't have to rush nothing. The season is here. It is upon us. Appreciate everybody for coming through and waiting us out here as we get this thing up and going. Got the sneezes here. I don't know what's going on. Hit that yard yesterday. But anywho, we got a lot to go over in a little bit of time. Greg said it live Sundays. Now this is the place you want to be the day after the game. We typically go over the reviews and we have a chance to discuss everything. So with that being said, we kind of gonna review this week. What's going on? Appreciate it. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Say what's up, chat room. Our go-to people here, always here. Been rocking with us for a while here. On Greg said it. I don't know about this color. Let me switcheroo this thing. It's a little bright for me. But how everybody week been? Have everybody been keeping up? Keeping up with everything. I know that the season is here, and we get kind of busy. We get kind of busy when it comes to this content thing. Um, I don't know who was all here last year. I know last year this time some people were here, but last year, man, it can get real hectic, man. Close we in fall camp, we coming up on finishing that, then we go into the season, man. That thing just picks up, and who knows what we gonna run into? I mean, the story just gets real hectic, depending on what goes on. And every week it seemed like the first few weeks last year was drama, and it was respect. The first week TCU, the media was the drama. They just dog Colorado. Oh, they can't play. They the worst ever. And then they beat TCU. So that really just put a lot of people. What's going on? A lot of people on notice, and then a lot of people like, I don't know. So they made a lot of noise, right? And then they went and beat Nebraska. It was like, oh, whoa. And you had all the hype with Nebraska. Then you come right behind it with the sunglasses and all that, and just a lot of hype. Then they mess around and beat Colorado State, even though that was like game way harder. So supposed to be. Travis got hurt. There's a lot of drama, but it was undefeated, ranked in the top 25, and everybody, the media circus was going and going and going, and that's how it looked. Um, I think they're gonna hold us to a different standard this year. They're not gonna be as decided. I mean, it may be somewhat expecting them, not as a surprise, but the rhetoric still goes on. And speaking of the rhetoric here, appreciate everybody coming through. We have our new sponsor here for our lives here on Sunday. Um, we have Unified Strength, which is it's a movement, but also what's going on, but also it has a reputation to it. It has a representation to it. So shout out to Unified Strength for being our sponsor, as you see there. You see over there. This decided to shut out. But as I was saying, I decided to move this wonderful computer and do what I want to do. That's how our sponsor Unified Strength. And as we move forward, it's going to be pivotal. We see what's going on with Coach Prime and the media. You see what's going on. with the press, and even John the Liquidator got hyped up. And I don't know, I kind of can relate because I've been trying to communicate with Colorado about those press passes. So he's not off. I don't know how much it have to do with whatever I would hope is not doing no racing and like that. I don't know. But I do notice that it is a lack of, diversity as far as that. Even though a lot of us not even out there, but it's hard to get those passes. I think Colin got it last year. See if he can get it this year or whatever. But he was one of the only ones that was there every game doing that. I don't know if they put a limit on that. I don't know, but we'll see. But as we see, it's a lot of talk about, Colorado, and it's clearly ain't happening to everybody's team. It's clearly not happening to everybody's team. So we can say that, oh, they're just football. Is that, oh, you only lost. You're not treating everybody like you treat Coach Prime for whatever reason you want to say, or whatever reason it is that treat Coach Prime like that. We see that. So I always been the person who talked about uniting. I told the content creators, and John just confirmed yesterday, you content creators better unite and make noise. Everybody can, maybe link up with certain people and you do your thing. That's cute. But I said it needs to be an army. This season here is gonna be telling. We can't allow those refs to be cheating and doing that blatant stuff and act like it's not happening. You can't be, watching the biases and the unfair treatment as far as in the media. You can't. If we with Coach Prime, we would. And I hope a lot of other stuff going on in the world. That's a whole nother conversation that can throw it all off. All this we talking about could be in vain easily. But what we have here with Unified Strength, as I was saying, I was showing y'all the shirt. This is just the shirt. This is one of the shirts here. So when you see stuff like that, it allows us to unite, even with our branding. Like you got Colorado shirts and jerseys and stuff like that, and hats, like I got as well, But when we look at that, it's like it represents a movement. It represents unity. In United Strength, you see the logo is us, us. It's like us against us versus everybody. That's the mindset, and it's a call for unity and within our within the people who support Colorado and specifically who support Coach Prime. So you'll have more information about how to get some of that, just to support that movement. At some point, you'll be able to identify people part of the movement, not just Colorado, but just by the branding of us. You know what us is. Us is us. It's us right here. It's the people who right and this particular fashion is supporting Colorado. We fight against everything. We fight against the wrong reputation that could be created. We fight against the negativity, and that's what we're doing right here. Now, when it comes to football, we're gonna talk about certain stuff, but we're gonna make sure it's football is football. We're not gonna just get like clowned out because we scared to speak up, or we're not gonna be divided. We're not gonna be divided amongst our community. So, like I said, when you see us, that's what it represents. With that, so did you see the last scrimmage? Yeah, I did, and we're gonna kind of go over all that. We're gonna kind of go an overview because every week brings something different. So technically, this is week 2 of the scrimmages. I mean, it's a full week. It's a week 2, and from what I'm seeing, this title, what to expect game 1 versus North Dakota State. I even, it gets serious when I leave a couple notes in my phone. Sometimes I'm just talking. Sometimes I'm just really looking at like some things I really want to make sure I don't leave out, And so I got a couple notes, and it gets serious when I put some notes down. Now I'm gonna say some stuff with my chest. I can't be Greg said it act like I ain't said. I ain't hiding behind somebody else and said it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, right? So I'm gonna talk about some things that you can expect to see, right? This phone takes forever to get to them. Some things you can expect to see, and then also some things at the end we're gonna get a chance to kind of vent a little bit with like what we don't want to see, some concerns we have, stuff like that. So one thing that I see right off top, everybody's coming on in. One thing I expect to see off top that anybody can notice, and we probably already noticed. We expected this from the beginning when we heard certain players were coming. and that is the offensive line is looking a lot better. Who agree? Chat, who agree? Offensive line is looking a lot better. Um, the ability to hold their own. They holding their own against a very stout, and people gonna find out, very talented defensive line. We don't have no shabby defensive line. They're not undersized. They're not under talent. They're skilled. We've got few of them that's already been recognized as people to look out for, and that's missing a couple of them. We have several guys on that defensive line who gonna make a lot of noise. Period. As far as what they do, not just in our conference, not just on our team, but in the country, they're gonna be recognized for their play, their sacks, their whatever. We got a few guys that's gonna do that, and we got a few of them that's expected to do it. We may have some people who nobody looking at, like Bill, Tafik. We got some guys who I believe is gonna really make some noise. But I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. That when it comes to the O line, they are going against some talented guys. They got depth. They switching positions, like we talked about before. This past Thursday, where they switching positions around. They got different looks, which protects us against injuries. It protects us against issues in the future that could arise if one player guarding the whole thing just go down, because they already been getting to the point where they're familiar with different positions. Appreciate it. Got Rob the man in the building. Appreciate it. So when you look at it, Colorado is in position already. They better off than where they were last year. Last year, one guy go down, the whole line went down. They were switching people all around like musical chairs. The people getting sacked all over the place. Well, not people, Shador. And it was just ugly because of the fact that they really were a one-dimensional line. You didn't have many guys last year who can play multiple positions. And when they did, it was just out of necessity. It was just ugly. And we already see that Benson can play he can play everything. He don't play everything but center. Tyler Brown don't play both guards, and then he had tackle, right tackle. Jordan Seaton don't play both tackles. We've seen Mayers play both guards, and the other guys, everybody is definitely in the backup. They definitely showing they got to be flexible because they trying to find a place they can fit in. You can't just think you're going to play and you only play one position. You got to show yourself valuable. And their coach told them that. He said, I'm getting y'all ready for the NFL. Because they're, when they come to their roster like 53, they only can take a certain amount of people. So they can't take a guy who only can contribute one thing. He got to be pretty much, you play the line in NFL, you don't got to be able to play at all. Then he's setting them up for that. He's getting them film for that. The scouts are there seeing that. So I expect the offensive line to be very solid. Like I said, again, very good daily. Well, regardless, people say about that's the first team, second team. Our defensive line is deep. I think we can go 3 deep, and they all can be starters in some kind of fashion. How we kind of coordinate that and mix it up. We know that. We know that Matt Neal can play pretty much both sides, and we know that you got people like Wiggins and Buell and Tafig and Carter. We can go on and on of those guys. And same thing in the edge room. We see Arden Walker waking on up. He was injured. And we always been talking about Okinola, and I know Wade been quiet because I think he had a boot on. So young guys like McCoy, that these guys came on last year, they're still there. We still got BJ Green, so we're not ever in a position where we don't like last year. Honestly, the only person who really could go after that quarterback and was consistent was Jordan Dominique, and he wreaked havoc. He wreaked havoc. I wish he had a little more exposure, maybe some more wins would have got him the look he needed to get drafted. But the guy wreaked havoc everywhere he came from. He did it at Georgia Tech, he did it at Arkansas. It's no doubt he put in the work, and he had the numbers. But now we can have that on multiple levels from both sides of the field consistently. That's what I believe. And again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, I think both our lines are developing like that, because you look at the number of linemen we have this year, and then you look at the number of line we already got committed coming next year, who are 4- and 5-star linemen. So they already building like that. Most of our line is coming back. Tyler Brown can come back if he want to. Only run that's really gone, I think Benson and maybe Mayers, but everybody else is young. Everybody else is young. Think about that. From looking at starters and even in depth, everybody else is young. So Colorado's definitely building the line because most of these linemen is young, and then we already have the 2025 class that's coming. That's very talented. So yeah, like I say, Benson and Mayer is gone. That's pretty much it. You know, and honestly, Benson. I mean, we had Benson mom on the show. He could come back if he wanted to. I mean, that's not his goal, but he can come back if he wanted to. And we know if he came back how dominant he would be. Look at him, what he's doing now. He can get that 5th year. So that's what we're looking at. I think she said he did 4 years. This is his 4th year, I believe. So at the end of the day, the offensive line is looking good. Let's go over to the next group, the receiver group. I got in my notes. The receiver group gonna be too much. And I'm be honest with you. I'm sticking with what I'm saying here as far as this game. We starting to get into this thing now where we're gonna focus on, like, early in the year we projecting what they gonna win. We focus on this next game because this thing's coming as quick as it's way faster than what we think. But we're gonna focus on North Dakota State, finish with them, then we're gonna worry about Nebraska. Then we're not no longer doing like, at least right here, we're not projecting. We got plenty that we're gonna be able to talk about as more information come out that we could look at this team and who we're playing, that we don't have to talk about 5 games down the road. Right. So the wide receiver group, that's gonna be way too much. The wide receiver group gonna be way too much for North Dakota. I can say anybody, but North Dakota. When you look at, even though they're highlights and clips, the frequency of it and the big playability, we're not thinking, what they say, dink and dunk, should do a dink and dunk. That's what they say. Like, yeah, this is true. This is true. They have options. They do have options. We confirmed that from his mom, and we know Tyler Brown was giving back a year because they stole it from him last year. But when you look at Wester out on that field, Travis Hunter, like, he's a bully on the field. Like, he bullied Utah. Like, they took all his touchdowns back except one. He bullied Utah. Like, they was JV. It's unfair to put Travis Hunter against a lower level talent. It's unfair. It's unfair. You better be elite if you're out there covering him. And even if you are elite, he can easily be. Everybody look at Travis Hunter as a two-way athlete. And it's an argument at which one he is. The fact is, you're arguing that because he can easily, Coach Prime don't say it. I agree with him. We can easily say he's the best receiver out there. He's the best receiver in the country. And you can nick that, say, his route running is or whatever. You can say whatever you want. When it comes to big playability, if anybody had to choose, everybody gonna choose Travis Hunter. Now, somebody with their team, they just a receiver. This guy is a playmaker. He's been a playmaker from day one. He was a playmaker in high school for people in Georgia who saw him. I know I did. He's a playmaker at Jackson State from day one. Just playmaker. And this guy is in his 3rd year. And he's bigger, stronger, faster, all that good stuff, more experience. And he's just a problem then. Him one-on-one in open field, and you got to think about the IQ component. This guy's not dumb. He's a 4.0 student. People very to talk about that. He's basically good at everything you do. He's one of them dudes. And the guy's a 4.0 student. He play dumb you want to see what that takes to be an athlete like him in college. He's so high. He's very it's like he got ADHD because his mind is always working. He's really, 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 he's probably a genius. And you see it on the football field. So when you look at a guy like that who watches much film and who can comprehend like that, he probably already know what you're gonna do when he line up. That's why he get the picks he get. And you think about his athleticism, he's not making it on purely athleticism. He's able to predict what the quarterback is gonna do as a defensive player. He's able to predict what the receiver gonna do because he knows the position, and it benefits him as a DB. With the same thing on the offense, it benefits him when he look at how that DB is lined up. He already know what the holes are in your defense. Nobody's talking about that. I bet you if you talk to him, he will tell you he already know what coverage they in. He watching the film, that gives him even bigger advantage. But even with them not knowing not having film access. I believe he can put him out on the field and he will pick your defense apart. I remember Richard Sherman was, he was another like 4.0 guy. And they was talking about how he moved from receiver to DB, and he was just the guy doing in his prime. And he would tell you, he knew everything was going on. He was fast, but he was elite at cornerback because he knew everything was going on. He played the receiver position. And that's what made him so hard to deal with in his prime. And I think Travis Hunter is that too. I think Travis Hunter is a guy who is really a disadvantage for you to try to go his way because he probably already figured you out. He will watch film. He know the position. It's a done deal. And people say NFL, I mean, because NFL probably going to pay him more. And, I mean, everybody, offense sells tickets. Defense probably win the championships, but offense sells tickets. If you got a guy like Travis Hunter at receiver, he's going to be the next Justin Jefferson. He will be the best guy out there. And especially he can focus solely on that. He's very shifty when he get the ball in the open field. He's hard to tackle. He's quick and explosive. He's way faster than what he tried to put on everybody. He's at least a 4.4. He's at least a 4.4. And I'm slow. He playing these dumb games with y'all. But I don't see him catch the ball in the middle field and split the defense before they can even move. Like they were standing still. Like there was some poles on the field. And that's that. You can't be slow and do that. Yeah. It's gonna get loud. You can see nothing yet to the season start, and they get louder as you win. I mean, like I said, we've seen in Jackson State, they get louder as they win. They're not gonna get quiet. The more Colorado dominate, the louder everything gonna get. The press gonna get louder. They're gonna find everything. If they can't beat them on the field, they're gonna try to beat them off the field. You see what I'm saying? He's a cheat code, and he's a cheat code. He's a cheat code. Yeah. He kicked field goals too. Yeah. Us. Yeah. Definitely. Hashtag us. That's what I got. Like I say, for y'all just getting here, that's what when you talk about unified strength, that's us. Short for us, US. That's what we represent. When you see us out in the games, you're going to be able to identify us. When this season starts, it's going to be a different. It's y'all here. A lot of y'all been here. If you never subscribe, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You hanging around, make sure you don't want to miss out. Like, share, and subscribe right now. Make it your business and hit that like button while we at it. This is a commercial. But when we get into this season, y'all, all these people are going to come out. We've been putting in this work. Y'all be here all on Sunday morning. I be at 9:30, be at 12:30. Y'all watching my videos. We've been putting in this work. Some of us been putting in this work since last season, since the inaugural season. And we remember last year, all them people, all of us on our Facebook friends, we ain't heard nothing about. Soon Colorado started winning, everybody posting Colorado. I was like, I ain't seen nothing about Colorado until they started winning. I've been doing these videos, I ain't heard nothing about Colorado. Everybody jumped in. Of course, Travis has another season, but he won't. This is just his junior year, true junior year. So all these people jumped on the bandwagon, and they like, home with Colorado. And then as soon as they lose, they either jumped off or they start attacking Colorado. It's a difference between them and us. See, we differentiate because they can go buy a jersey anywhere. They can go buy a hat anywhere. They can go and let me hurry up and become a Colorado fan. And they jump, but they not us. They not like us. What they say? They not like us. They not like us. That's what the song mean. I don't know what everybody else want to mean, but when he say it's some people who different, and it's some people who different. We real Colorado people, so we got to differentiate ourselves. So I partnered up with, like I say, us. I said us. What a good, because it's a difference between us and them. They bandwagoners. Now they welcome to be a Colorado fan, but when stuff hit the fan, they gone. They gone. How we know the difference between the people who really want Colorado to win and the Trojan horses that's gonna show up? Don't think the Trojan horses they're not showing up. They'll be like acting like they with Colorado, but really they really want them to fail. We seen people come on this show and other shows. They talk like they were Colorado. That Colorado gonna win, and they go somewhere else and say Colorado gonna lose. They not like us. They ain't us. So that's why I joined in, y'all. Because it's gonna be a symbol at some point when we get out here When we get out here, it gotta be. You can go. Anybody can go get a jersey, order online, and look like, but they ain't us. You know, we gonna have to bond together. We gonna have to bond together because at some point, I'm telling y'all. Hopefully, the season go through as normal without all the other shenanigans. That's life. That is life. That's life too. That's another part of us. It's another part of us. You determine if you with us or not. And the us ain't what you think it is. You know, us ain't a color. Us is the truth. Either gonna stand with the truth or you not. I don't stand with Coach Prime, and some of y'all might. That's your prerogative. You know, some people see that's how you get tricked to being with the wrong people. Y'all can make me get inspiration, motivation. They trick you again with the wrong people because they'll get all these virtue signals. Oh, we this. You don't think like me. You don't have the character I have. You don't have the motive I have, but we look like we the same because we got the same thing on. But this right here, we unified. Some people just want to blend in and look like they not unified. They're not in unity. We want the best for Coach Prime because of what he doing, not because of his skin color. That's elementary. We want the best for him because he's genuinely trying to do the right thing. I can't speak for him as a person. It has nothing to do with him as a person. I don't know him. I'm sure he's a decent person, and I'm sure they tell a lot of lies on him. I'm sure some stuff may be true, but I'm sure it's an exaggerated truth. Ain't that something? But that's not why I support him. I support him because I stand for the truth. And you look at any old school great model, nothing but the truth. Stand for the truth. Nothing but the truth, and the truth will set you free. I stand for nothing but the truth. You can't pimp me, you can't blind me with nothing else. I'm only going with the truth. You can try to use all the virtual signals you want. I don't care about that. I'm standing for the truth. And that's what us is. We stand for the truth. You can't lie on Coach Prime and twisting that because we stand for the truth. Not a skin. Ain't a skin, but the truth. You'll be a fool to tell me that everybody with the skin is for you. Clearly, Coach Prime know that. Dude, the worst people is the skin. Why you pointing at everybody else? The skin folk is the worst folks. Yeah. Skin folks is the worst folks because you're going to let your guard down with them. That's why they send your skin folk for everything. Message. Your enemy going to always send your skin folk first to see how dumb you are. You're going to bite the bait because some skin. Man, we ain't children. We grown. I got a brain. Got a brain. I use it. I hope to God I have the brain that benefits me, not the folk. Ain't no look, ain't a dog. You can't just wiggle something in my face and then you just control me. Right? So that's why we stand with Coach Prime. I don't come over here trying to be delusional with y'all. I'm not come on here just trying to get y'all hope, keep hope alive. I'm not trying to keep hope alive. When I say what I say, I believe it, right? And I believe that Colorado offense, a line is strong. And I believe that receiving core is going to be too much. Is that too much to say? I believe that receiving core is going to be too much for North Dakota. Travis Hunter, Will Shepherd. I already talked about Will Shepherd. Big guy, underrated. Here to prove something. His career over. He grad guy. I'm here to doggone prove that I can do it. People limited me, they put me in a box. That's what we're looking at. Right? The guy got something to prove. To me, I've said it's ironic he put that 14 on. To me, he plays like what we wanted Amarion to play like last year as a freshman. Well, he was a freshman. We talking about a big body receiver who's a matchup nightmare who can go up and get the ball. And Shador gonna put it up. And you already know, same way he did with Weaver. Shout out to Weaver. Weaver did his thing last night. We stayed up all night trying to watch. My little son had wanted to watch Xavier Weaver, where he was returning kicks. He looked like he know what I'm doing. Let them be dumb enough to let him go, and let somebody be smart enough to get him. They keep talking about we want to run the ball, run the ball. They hyped up on Harrison and all that. Don't appreciate Weaver if you want to, because Weaver is a very dependable guy. He even played through injury. Weaver gonna catch the ball. He don't drop a lot of ball. He's faster than what you think. He's quick, and they don't want him. Bring him to the Falcons. We'll take him. You better take him. Weaver is definitely a starter in the NFL. I'm not biased. I'm not like keeping hope alive. He's proven. We've seen it. Now, the world may not know that because Colorado didn't take full advantage of the spotlight. I guarantee you, if Colorado had won a few more games, Weaver would have got his due justice. Plus, Weaver didn't get to go to the combine. He went to the combine and he was hurt. That messed him up. Then the injury itself, like his draft stock hurt. So you treat him like, okay, you got him on number 30. He just play with it. Somebody gonna get him and he gonna show up. Weaver is the real deal. Shout out to Weaver, Xavier Weaver, right? But this boy here, he's technically replacing Weaver as that, I guess considered number one receiver, but he's bigger. And to me, he is what, like I said, Amari Miller was. It still could be. He got the experience. He got the size. He got the speed. He got all that to do what we wanted Amari to do. So when you got the size, you got the quickness in the slot, then we see Jimmy Horn stepping up. Jimmy Horn said, y'all not going to look over me. You ain't going to keep disrespecting me out there doing his one-hand catches all year. Y'all keep acting like I can't catch. Play with me. Jimmy can go and return kicks. I know he's going to get some reps so he can get some shots so he can go make an NFL roster, returning kicks. And you mess around and give him a lane, it's going to be a problem. Jimmy is out there making catches. Jimmy is going to eat somebody alive. They think, oh, he ain't whatever. Oh, we took Wester out. We ain't got to worry about him. Play with Jimmy. And I hope they got some packages in there, some little jet sweep, some whatever, and let them get an open field. Let them. It's going to be. They spend a lot of time together. You're right. So their receiving core going to be too much. Notice I see Timmons in the yellow jersey. I didn't mention him. Cordell been out. I don't think Amarion been out. Mathis is still doing his thing. We got some little younger receivers. What's my guy name? Not Wazoo, but I think he's like 82, not 82. 20, whatever it is. The little short receiver with little blonde hair. He been showing his little stuff on well off and all of that. We also got Big 80, another big body young receiver. I know all them boys was freshmen last year. They the up and coming. They're the future. That's right. No gloves. No gloves. Them gloves can get you, man. They get wet and they get slimy. For years, I didn't wear no gloves, and I ain't missed nothing. And I didn't tape. I had to tape once my finger turned sideways one time. Had to tape. Then I got to college. I had to put tape on my wrist because that is too much weight pushing around. But outside of that, I won't worry about no gloves like that. Call him Dr. Horn because he and Wester about to make several house calls this year. Or they gonna do surgery on your defense. They're gonna take the top off of your defense. How in the world, y'all, is they gonna be able to cover, especially Polar North Dakota? Especially Polar North Dakota. How in the world you gonna leave Will Shepherd out there by himself? And you got Wester on the same side or not? You just gonna cover both of them one-on-one? And don't mess around and let Travis be over there on the other side. That's unfair. It's unfair. It's an unfair advantage. Travis over there, he gonna be open like 7-11. You're gonna have Jimmy or Wester right here and Will Shepherd. It's too much, guys. It's too much. It's too much. Just go home, North Dakota. I'm not being a fan. I'm being realistic. Y'all know this. You know. I know some of y'all watching. But you see that NDSU in there. Y'all gonna watch it at some point. Just be realistic with yourself. I don't want your feelings to get hurt. These folks hyping y'all up on this Colorado stuff. It ain't sweet in Colorado. It ain't gonna be sweet for y'all. These folks hyping y'all up, telling y'all lies. They're gonna get y'all backs beat in. All right? But they ain't gonna stop there. Because we got a sleeper on the team. and it's a whole coalition. It's a whole core. It's called the running back room. We see this is not the running back room of old. And they kind of hinted at it, but they ain't really showing y'all. Them running backs fighting for their life, right? And they all looking good. And we're going to be ready for injury. But you got Hayden out there looking like he should. They say he started as a freshman, whatever. That's cute. But that man ain't come here to bench. That man coming in, he's not like any running back we had. I'm sorry. He's not like, what my guy last year? I don't forgot his name already. That was already at Colorado. I'm good. I don't wipe them out my mind. But not like him. He's not even like a Savion. He's not like a hurt version of McCaskill. He's not like a Dillon. He's more built for this. And he got great experience, right? So when you look at him, this guy ain't coming to play with y'all, right? Then you look at Welch. Welch, a young dude who been here all off season. He said, y'all ain't finna just come in and move me out the way. Hankerson, appreciate that. Hankerson. He's already been deleted out the program. He's already deleted out my mind. Like, I knew it was an H. I was thinking about Hayes, and I was gonna say Hayden. I knew it was something, but you know what? He gone. Hankerson gone. Hankerson ain't nowhere near Hayden. I mean, Hankerson was just, it seemed like he didn't want to make no play. I mean, he was all right, but he wasn't no threat. Hayden, I think Hayden want to crib it. I think he cribbed it. Then we have Auguste, different style, long running back. He hot stepping through there. And we even see a little Charlie. Charlie always run hard. Charlie want to make, and then so that it's good that Charlie was the one to set the tone for the room, because I know Coach Brown won't set the tone with hunger and aggression, like not talent. Everybody, why he put him there? Because he set the tone with a mindset. This guy here, all he did is work without a scholarship, and then he got one. Y'all need to chase after him. It ain't about talent. It's about mindset. You need everybody to have the heart. Exactly. You need everybody to have the heart and the mindset of Charlie. Why Charlie? Because Charlie is the mindset that running back room. You got to want to be out there. You got to be hungry. You see? Yeah. Yeah. It's up to them. It's in their hands. It's in their hands. And like you said, Charlie, they going to sleep on Charlie. They gonna sleep on Charlie, and Charlie's the type of dude you get out there. I don't been around dudes like that, because you don't think he a big name or whatever. He will mess around and hurt you. He might have fact. I'm gonna say something crazy. Charlie is probably the most dangerous running back in the room at this point, because if he get in the game, they gonna probably they're gonna underestimate him, and he gonna gas you behind. Because you don't want to come half-stepping against somebody with that kind of willpower. He gonna gas your behind. That little bit of Charlie will gas your behind. And he ain't got to score touchdowns, but he will mess your defense up, because he gonna go get 5, 10, 15, 20. He gonna pop something open on you. And that's the last thing you want to combine with that receiver room. That's what I'm saying. This what makes this running back room a disruptor. Because when you finally think you got it figured out with that receiving room, they're going to gas you behind. They're going to gas you. And you're going to be like, oh, get Travis. Oh, hurry up. And defense going to be, oh. And they go, boop, 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 boop. And you're going to have to respect the running game. That's what people want to make up what they want about what I mean by we don't have to run a running game. This running game just be reliable, just be consistent. That's what I meant. We don't have to have everybody talking about 1,000-yard rushing. That would be good. But if that running game is the type of running game that every time they think they trying to put the clamps down on our receivers, and they putting their resources and they focus there, they gonna forget they got to focus on that run game. That's gonna hurt people's soul, because if they can't pin their ears back on Shador and put all their energy into Travis, and they gotta respect that backfield, they're not gonna have enough resources to focus on Travis and that receiver group. They're not. The only way you're going to be able to do that is if you are a top tier team. You're going to have to be whatever they expect, Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia. You're going to have to be that to stop them, because you're going to have enough athletes to really go toe-to-toe with each of them. You're not going to be able to hide behind subpar talent and a few elite athletes, because we got too many elite athletes on that offense. We got an elite quarterback, top draft pick. We got Travis elite. When Will Shepard should get drafted, Wester should get drafted. Jimmy, he can depend on the season. We got too many elite athletes on the field. That means you're going to have just as many elite athletes on your field. And the only way you're going to be able to pull that off is if you is an elite top 5, top 10 team. You're going to have that. And your defensive line is going to have to be elite enough to take advantage of our line. And again, our line is going against elite defensive linemen. They may be young, but then you look over the next few years, it's going to be a lot of draft picks come off our defensive line. This is going to happen. BJ Green is going to get drafted this year. All he got to do is have a good, healthy season. He's in position to get drafted from the fact that he's first team all conference. Everybody's saying he's the top guy in the country for pressures last year. All he has to do is do what he did last year. And he's going to be third, no higher than the 4th round draft pick. And if he get real crazy, he might can get a little more than that. Or higher, however you want to put it. Let's see. Jimmy gonna get signed by somebody like Sait. Yeah, you see what Sait did, he was just he was free agent. And he was in a preferred position, because Zay would have got drafted. A lot of people don't realize Zay would have got drafted somewhere around the 4th, 5th round if he had a chance to. You don't get invited to the combine and be no freaking free agent. They could have did that on his own. Zay could have. Zay had went on and did his thing, show what he can do. Zay would have been about a 4th round draft pick just off of what he did last year. He could have been even higher if Colorado had did better. Colorado had did better. Record-wise. But even with their record, Zay could have been anywhere from at the highest 5th round draft pick. And the fact that he had that shoulder injury and he couldn't participate in the draft, that's what put him down a free agent. So everybody throwing around, you ain't got no draft pick food. He was invited to the combine for a reason. You don't invite people who you don't plan on drafting to the combine. Who does that? No, you got only a certain amount of slots. You're not inviting free agents to the combine. He fell down to a free agent. For sure. Get them lights up. Get them lights up, like y'all say. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. That's what we're looking at. Yes, we talked about Zay did show up. And like I say, they can act like they don't appreciate him if they want to. Somebody can use all these things out here. A big time play receiver who can return kicks and stuff. And he ain't just a special team guy. Play with him if you want to. Good job showing BJ Green. Yeah, you see they intentionally showing BJ Green. Then he's getting a lot of attention because originally I ain't gonna be on camera. I believe Coach Prime. I know Coach Prime went behind closed doors, probably even with BJ family, and said, "Look here, man, you trying to get drafted? You gonna have to show yourself, your brand, your personality." And he's doing it with tongue in cheek, But Bucket ain't running in his face for nothing. They're trying to build up his brand and reputation because when his production hit, he has a brand with it. He has a face with it. He has a following of people who know and like him. Because football is a faceless sport. So without a well-off media, you don't even know who these people look like. These kids can't even. Like I said, we asked Benson, you can't even go to the grocery store. The coaches they were talking about last year. These people recognize them because of what well-off is doing. In the other school, nobody would know you unless you the super duper star on the billboard on posters or something. But well-off makes everybody viewable. And so they're doing a good job of positioning BJ to be a top 3 round draft pick. All he got to do is produce. Coach Prime is a marketing machine. And anybody else who you're going to notice, whoever start doing good in the season, they're going to be on well-off because that's going to be part of their marketing. It's going to be part of their branding because Coach Prime want his people to get drafted. It's part. It benefits him. He's all about getting people drafted. He gonna spotlight you, and that's why you be a fool. Amos went. I talked to a dude this week who graduated from Ole Miss. He already saying, like, he named a couple guys. One guy left, came back. Said Amos ain't gonna even play. I said that was the dumbest decision he could have made. I said he left Colorado to go down there. That was the dumbest decision. It was the dumbest decision I don't see some dumb stuff. Amos would have had he already had all the spotlight before he even came. Everybody was hyped up, big running back, blah, blah, blah. Would have been good. Probably the only person we probably wouldn't have got as Augusta. We would have had Amos and Hayden and we got our big bag. Everybody was excited. And this clown, I'm sorry. That's what it is. I don't know all the situation, but I know you had everything you need. You only finna do a year. Get your looks, get your spotlight. They're gonna spotlight you from day one. Amos is here. You're gonna be the starting guy. It was gonna be a wrap. It wasn't gonna be no who gonna start. You gonna be the starting guy. And you chose to go down now in the SEC where all the running backs and all that want to be at. Guys already there. And you pretty much had a starting job here. Our running back room cleared out for you to come in and claim the spot. And you went down there. After the spring at that. They didn't have a need for you. You don't know. They had to be trying to stop you from coming to Coach Prime because they knew that was a good piece for our running back room, help with blocking and all that. Short distance, short downs, big running back. The dumbest thing ever, man. That boy ain't even play. I tell you. He should make the team. They better use him though, because somebody gonna be licking their lips. We'll trade for him. Yeah, he shouldn't just make the team. The boy should play. He don't need to be on a practice squad. If you don't want him, let him go to somebody who gonna use him. Don't put him on no practice squad. He's a player. If he ain't starting, he should be in that second group. He should be getting PT. If you don't want to do that, just let him go. But don't even flex. He gonna play. He gonna play, and yeah. Oh, it's gonna be Colorado Pro Day gonna be packed the next few years. Because remember, Travis them coming out this year. This is gonna be probably the most packed ever. Well, then you gotta think about Dylan was another one. I don't know his situation, but Dylan was another one. Because kind of like how we see why would Juju come here, you got to look at all the young talent that's coming and it's already here. On the offensive line, a lot of good young talent. Jordan Seaton's got a few years. We have a couple guys coming in next year. We got Flapjack going to be ready to jump in there next year. Kirkland may be able to jump in there next year. Big Yo-Yo, big old grown man freshman. Hey, you see he on move. Yo-Yo might be pushing for some PT this year, like some legit, especially the injury. Yo-Yo is stout, man. He's so heavy at the bottom. They don't move him the same. They're our biggest lineman. Even big Barnes don't even move Yo-Yo the same. If you look at Yo-Yo, he's a future draft pick, man. That man might be a future first-round draft pick. If he stay healthy, that boy might be a future first-round draft pick. Come out of Europe over there. So you looking at a bunch of young offensive linemen, a bunch of young defensive linemen, the McNeils, the Okanolas. I think Arden Walker is going to be a guy who pop. Big Barnes, he young. Wiggins, young. Our linebackers, young. I know we brought in Hill Green, but you got the Westers, young linebacker. We going to have that coming in. I think people like Colton Hood is going to pop. Freshman last year, maybe even red shirt freshman. These guys going to develop and pop. As long as they keep their butt still, don't bounce around. So you look at pro days, they got a lot of pros who are going to be coming out over the next few years. Let's see. He's close to being healthy. Yeah, Zay going to get stronger and stronger. And I think he's battle tested, man. What he went through in Colorado, he's going to be battle tested. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They let him show himself because he's probably like an introvert, so they helping him out. Amos fumbled the bag. He may got the bag, but he fumbled the bag because they finna bench him down there. Unless they have some injuries. Yeah, I was one of the original people who said 10. I think they can go 10 if they have the right record. They definitely can go 10. You know, yeah, yeah. They Colorado. I mean, we got a lot of young talent, to say the least. Yeah, he got to put on weight. He getting a chance to develop. You know, he's some of the Raiders. Yeah, yeah. They have a good season. Don't be surprised if they pop 10, and that ain't including a few guys going free agent. Colorado, I mean, they're in position to send a lot of guys to the NFL this year. Shiloh be healthy. That's another one you can add on. If Sid McCray have a good year, he might can pop in now at the worst free agent. But these guys they're gonna get a shot at NFL if they play well. So with that, we also look at the defensive side. Defensive line, we already kind of talked about these guys. We got to kind of pick your the punter definitely a punter. Mate definitely going. Mate definitely going. And like I say, winning only helps people like him. People don't respect you the same when you don't win. Winning make people see you as a winner, give you opportunity. So Mate definitely won. Defensive line, very interchangeable, very explosive. And like I say, it's a good sign that our line can hold up with that because we brought in like an all-star team version of a defensive line from different teams. And like people gonna get to see how Buell really work. They're gonna get to really see how Shadoze really clog it up. They're gonna get to see these young guys come in, some of them for the first time, some of the guys who are already proven. We know Hayes is proven. So when he bum rushed and put your tackle in the lap of the quarterback, that's what he been doing. That's what he been doing. This stuff is not new. BJ is not new. Okunola is not new. Even Wiggins got a little something. So the defensive line is going to be very, very hard to deal with. And I think we can mix it up how we want, depending on the scheme, depending on who we playing against. They run the ball a lot. I say I wouldn't even mind running more in like a 4-2, 4 or 4-3 type situation. When it comes to these teams who really think they're going to run the ball, we can go ahead and put both Shadoze and Barnes on there. You know, put them on both sides of the center. You just want to play like that. We can go there. We have the size, we have the depth to do it. There's a lot of people we don't mention that can help on that end edge room. Like I think it's Webb Walker, and so it's a lot of guys out there that we haven't even thought about when it comes to those depth pieces. Yeah, we're gonna start looking at those draft lists. We kind of been verbalizing, but we definitely gonna have a chance to talk a lot about that stuff as the season go on and as this thing roll out. Yeah, Buell is a machine. You know, Buell is a machine. You don't really never see him tired. He always going 100 miles per hour. Or they can throw him down. He come back. You're like, God darn. You can body slam Buell. Buell will come back. Like, God, man, go ahead, man. You got it. You got it, man. God, you can beat Buell and he coming back. He like Rocky. You just, I can imagine trying to block this guy the whole game. It just don't give up. Like win, lose, or draw, he coming 100 miles per hour. That's what we need in the run game. That's what we need. Somebody like he gonna clog up your backfield. Your running back don't not run that way. He finna mess. He gonna make everything cut back prematurely because he blows up that whole side he's on, and he can run laterally very well. So that defensive line, when it comes to pressure, I think we got some run cloggers and we got some guys who can get after that quarterback. Okay, now when it comes to that defense, I do have some things to say. Colts is stepping up. Colts is another guy overlooked because he was in the wrong position last year without the supporting cast. He had getting double team and stuff like that. And Colts had a pretty good career coming in, come from the Ivy League. Our D-line coaches coach very well together. Absolutely right. They coach very well together. They're on the same page. And you got to think about the advantage they got. Like when you look at Sap and you look at Coach Damian. Now, Damian Lewis, they both come out of that same system. Out of even though they didn't play together, Sap just probably a little older than. And if they did play together, I'm trying to remember. It may have been 1 year or so, but I think he might have just missed Sap. When Sap was in the NFL, but they come out of the same system, the same philosophy, out of down there in Miami, University of Miami. So it's almost fraternal for them. I mean, they respect each other. They speak the same language. They both had solid college careers and even pro careers. Even Sap went on to Hall of Fame. So the respect is there. The commonality is there. And when you have that in leadership, it's always going to be good. If the coaches respect each other and they know each other and they build on each other, that right there alone, it will make it's an advantage that they have over the offensive line, really. Because even though Coach Sap is a grad assistant, it's almost like having two D-line coaches. It's a cheat code that he's able to lean on Sap as a grad coach because he's not treated as a coach. So when you look at Coach Lowhart, it's like he a long range over there. He is the offensive line coach. He got assistants or whatever, but he don't have another Pro Bowl, Hall of Famer, or the same level as him, the offensive line coach helping him. So you see how that's an advantage? You got Sap and Lewis over there together. That defense line is going to be because they can see things differently. They can see things while when somebody paying attention, the other one can help out. It's almost like he fighting two people, but it's making him sharpen real quick. For him to be the first year doing this, and the fact that he going against those two masterminds, and that's really going to make him better as a coach because not only is he going against them, he going against two of them. So all the techniques they throwing in on is like it's an advantage. They teaching these boys how to pull and snatch and all that stuff. They weren't doing that last year. The level of skill set in the defensive line and their little arsenal and their little trick bag, it's too much. They bring in pro level skills, not just talent, skills to that D line that Colorado ain't had. Most teams just don't have. I mean, I'm not saying that pro coaches don't do it, but I mean to have that kind of people talk about. They don't respect. I heard the guy who was not Colorado say, Colorado, he thought he was being cool and cute. Like Colorado's like a 7-win team. He thought he was doing Colorado a favor. But he said they got like 4-win coaches. And I'm like, who you talking about? Who you point at? Is you point at you trying to knock at Coach Prime? Because I don't know. You can't be talking about Sap and Lewis. You can't be talking about Lowhart. You talking about Pat Schumer? Like you gonna dog him out? Who you talking about? Like they coaches are new, so it's like you throwing little shots at Coach Prime by shooting at his coaches. So everybody, you put these guys in there, even though they're the overdog, you making them feel like the underdog because you don't respect them. Somebody said didn't say horrible a couple months ago. I don't know who said Colts was horrible. Colts ain't been talked about at all because we too busy talking about other folks. But I do believe that he could be somebody everybody overlook. You know, if you look at the fact that we got so much depth that you can overlook a person like a Colt when you list out. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing when you can overlook a Bill. He said the D line. Oh, they was too old. The relatability factor definitely was a thing. But you also got two guys who did it, not who coached for 100 years, but two guys who did it. That's a different perspective and viewpoint. When you got guys who not only coached but did it at the highest level, and was Sap literally. All the NFLs won't matter. They're gonna sit on that D line. I kid you not. Anybody who been watching this know we watched this thing whole last year. This D line didn't have the skills they got this year, and I'm not blaming the kids. The level of coaching is so different, man. That how they move, how they cohesive, the skills they teaching them, how they practice. They didn't look like this last year. I mean, even when you look at my guy that come in for receivers from Jackson State. We say Jackson State, but he coached everywhere else. I mean, he coached at Oregon, he coached at Houston. He coached at like Oregon State. He coached everywhere. He coached in the NFL. He coached in Canada. The guy name. It'll take 2-3 games. Yeah, the defense is gonna set the tone. Yep. And he's helping out on the D line. he's like, the edge guys, outside backers. He's helping out. So, he's not necessarily dealing with inside linebacker like I thought, but outside linebackers. What's going on? Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, I'm talking about Jason Phillips. Now, when you look at Coach Jason Phillips, he is a guy. Look at the drills he got them doing. We didn't see these drills last year. This guy is straight NFL. Look at the level of detail he's making them do, from their route running to their mindset to the hand, the catch drills they're doing. It's overkill, man. He's just not that they're just throwing a bunch of routes. Like, look at those little one-hand catch drills they're working on for unique situations. They are a fine-tuned machine at the receiver group, man. And it's not like they're not already extremely talented. It's not like they're not extremely talented already. The level of skill, man, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. Their receiver group is too much. But I'm gonna end this thing with some things that I'm gonna say. Say the best for last. They already a top 25 defense. They was a top 20 defense. They were ranked a top 20 defense before the season started. Yeah, they definitely a top 25 defense by far because of their defensive line play. And you got talent in the secondary. I think people just gonna see stuff as it happens. Yep. He just got like a Hall of Fame at his college down there. Lead the country in reception. That'd be easy. And I'm gonna throw something else out there. Yeah, they played the Falcons together. But he primarily, I know he was at Detroit before that. Then they played the Falcons together. Let me tell you something. I forgot to throw this out. What defense will make it? We haven't spoken so far on the defense will make it. This the problem. This I don't know if y'all been following me. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. That's name points this year. And said defense make a difference. The problem with our defense being so explosive is you're not gonna be able to keep up with the firepower that we have with Shador in our offense. That's just elementary. For all the people want to talk all over y'all head and you want to feel good using football term, I agree. I'm gonna keep it simple. Matchup is what I've been talking about. It's just not a lot of teams that can match up with them on offense with the firepower that they have. The problem with the defense is, I ain't even got to get that deep. I can say a lot of things, but the problem with the defense is, if that defense is what I think it is, which I know they are, then they're not going to allow a lot of points. And that's going to make a lot of teams not be able to beat Colorado. That's why Greg can say from day one it was going to be 10-2 at the minimum. I said, if you can slip in 2, fine. Oh, fam. I'm telling you, because of the defense, and we just seen it manifest at this point. That's what, speaking of unified strength, the logo and all that, you see the buffalo and all that, but it's manifested destiny is one of the things. We're literally looking at manifested destiny. I've been talking about this since January. Once I saw it come together, people, we'll see. You're seeing it manifest. These guys, this offense, this defense is a great compatible piece to our offense because they're not going to give up a lot of touchdowns, especially with you thinking you're going to milk the clock by running the ball. We're going to make you put that ball in the air. And the problem is, if we make you put that ball in the air, you're playing to a dual strength. Like we have some very good run cloggers in the middle, but we have some very good edge rushers on the outside. So it's like it's a very balanced team. It's a very balanced team. People don't realize how balanced this team is. They'll find out. They're efficient by not allowing us to be in a shootout. You score, I score. You score, like we say in TCU. You score, I score. That's what makes them efficient. Like kind of like what the defense did at the end of last year, but the offense fell apart. Yeah, they're gonna make it's gonna be a big jump. It's gonna be a big jump, and I said it, and I'm still saying it. Appreciate it. Robert man, how do you feel about Media Day? I mean, Media Day was typical to me. Outside of the whole Coach Prime situation, I mean, Coach Prime is being Coach Prime. But see, I feel like trying Coach Prime this year is really stupid. Like, it was cute when y'all tried him. He said, "This is the year, get me now. You better get me now." And he gonna go and get the dogs, 7, 8 dogs. He don't got way more than 7, 8 dogs. Then he said he need to get some guys in the trenches. He don't did it. You really dumb to keep poking at him. Because he know what he got, you don't. Like, these little well-off snips ain't even showing you everything. Everybody looking real cheesy around now. These guys played football. Most people run their mouth ain't. Like, he know what it takes to win. He don't been on 2 Super Bowl teams. He's a multiple Pro Bowler. He's in the Hall of Fame. So is Sait. You're dumb to think you know more football than them. This is what gets me about these people. You're dumb as a rock, a whole bag of rocks. Is you think you know football. Coach Prime don't know football. You question his coaching and this and that. You a clown. It's like going up against Michael Jordan and say he don't know basketball. This man don't play all these years, and he's the best of the best, one of the best to ever do it. And you telling me his eyeballs is you that arrogant to think that he don't know what winning looks like? Like, he knew last year what he held some of it back, but he knew last year what he had. And he told us very early in the press conferences. And they're like, why you say that? He threw his team under the bus. He's honest. These guys are the real deal. And the guy is not delusional when it comes to what he got. I'm just going to say that. So you picking at him and poking at him at this point is real dumb because he know what he got, you know. Now, you know, with the boys and all of that, that's just standard, you know, Shador, Shiloh, all that. But this is not going to be the time to corner Coach Prime. Because when he see you during the season, he going to call you out. And then they going to be in their feelings, and then it's going to only fuel the fire of more press coverage because he going to call it out. He going to say, didn't I tell y'all he ain't going to get in there and be humble? Because y'all not being humble, how y'all poking at him. Like, you saying all this stuff, he gonna pull all these receipts. He waiting to pull these receipts. He's not gonna play humble with y'all. So don't act like you looking for it. I'm telling y'all now. You know. Like I said, I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate it. Our defense also score points. Yeah, we got some ball hawks back there. And see, when you got the defensive line that we have, it's gonna make some quarterbacks, some inexperienced, some young freshman quarterbacks. They're gonna throw that ball up in the air. And they're gonna forget that you got some ball hawks out there lurking. Travis Hunter's waiting for you to slip up. Then we have a leader interception last year in Silman Craig. And people forget the old school ball hawk in Shiloh. He got a little ball hawk in him. So don't mess around and let the other side get a little ball hawk. Then whether it's Colton Hood or McKinney, let one of them get a little ball hawk in them. I like their physicality, but let them get a little ball hawk in them. And it's going to be a hard day because what you don't want to do is turn over the ball against Colorado. Show me a team that turned over the ball against Colorado outside of UCLA. And that was a scam game. Scam. That's why I had to put Shiloh out because the offense wasn't on crap, but they was turning that ball over. You ain't going to turn the ball over against Colorado and keep putting that ball in Shador's hand. Your goal is we're going to keep the ball and keep Shador on the sideline. Every time you get, he's going to look like Bo Nix against Colorado last year. You put the ball in Shador's hand, you're going to be pretty much guaranteed a touchdown. Touchdown. And then next thing you know, you down by 21. And you know that's their favorite number. You don't want to get behind Colorado this year because, like Sap said, see, Sap already done gave y'all what's gonna happen. He said we're gonna release them dogs on you. It's gonna be Blitz City. They're gonna smell blood, and they unlike last year, they got the talent that's gonna get after your quarterback this year. And when you have to throw that ball, they gonna eat your heart. You better be able to hand the ball off. Not gonna be able to. They got too many elite pass rushers on the field at one time. That if you have to pass the ball and they know you passing, it's not gonna be pretty for you. You say they have an invested interest to say form a superstar. I mean, well, like Sap said on Big Neely, Uncle Neely, they Hall of Famers ready to come help. They want to see Coach Prime. See, it's only these scrubs. See, the scrubs been keeping. Let me tell you, I told y'all this history before. The people who never played ball before, they gotta go and coach. They in college, grad coach, whatever, assistant water boy, and they work their way up while you playing. You in NFL, by the time you get out, they don't work their way up to D3 head coach or a special team coordinator at a decent school, and then they that's what they do. So they feel like that's their lane, this your lane. So if you come over in our lane, we finna fight you. You're not like us. That's what they say. Coach Prime, any other players, they come out of NFL, you notice it's not a lot of NFL because they would take over. They would, instead of going into TV, all of them will become head coaches at these big schools. So they scared. Coach Prime succeed. Sap said it. He said, Coach Prime succeed, 3 or more is coming. They know that. They don't want you to. You were already more talented than them. Why? They was the water boy and on the bench in high school. You was the superstar. They was jealous. So I'm gonna go coach. I love football, but I can't play it. They don't want you to come back and take all the coaching jobs. So they got their own system. We're gonna take care of our own. You know, we never could do it in football, and they get to go be the Hall of Famers. They get to go be in the NFL. They go ahead and have that. Don't come over here and mess with our stuff. That's what they feel. Don't come over here and mess with our stuff. And they do whatever they can to plot together because they know if Coach Prime get in here to see. A lot of people think it's about color because they so color stuck in their head. Everybody got a mixture of stupid. You got a mixture of stupid too. I said that out loud. Everybody got a mixture of some biases. They may got some racial in it. It may be. But that ain't the only thing they got going on. They got some stuff going on. They got some personal stuff going on that they feel like if they let a bunch of these former superstars in there, they're not going to be able to recruit against them. Coach Prime already showed that. And he got a little celebrity in him too. So don't add no celebrity with your skill. There's a lot of NFL players, but they don't have celebrity. So you start getting a little celebrity with you and a little reputation with you, and they're going to take up all the coaching jobs. You know how many NFL alumni out there? Whether they played 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, 20 years, whether they was just an average player, a special team player, whether they was a Pro Bowler, whether they was a Super Bowler, whether they was a Hall of Famer. These guys are out there, and some of them want to coach, and it's just been known you don't cross that line. But Coach Prime is gonna open the veil, and as Coach Prime succeed, all these boys from all of a sudden get the bright idea. Well, maybe I do want to coach. Why you think all of them on his staff? Why you think all of them show up looking all around like this? T.O. and all these folks. Why you think they showing up looking? They scoping the land out. These folks, their heart stopping when they see that. Oh, shucks. We can't compete against no T.O. We can't compete against no Ray Lewis. We can't compete against no Cam Newton. Cam Newton been doing all that 7-on-7. If he mess around and get a head coach position, he got advantage. He got a reputation from college, high school, and he done a spectacular job of branding himself in the high school market when it comes to flag football and coaching. You're not going to compete against him. You better hope he come to your school and then everybody else's school mad. It's an advantage. So that's how I feel about the hate, you know. Everybody always wants some Jimmy Greek. I don't know what Jimmy Greek is. I don't know what Jimmy Greek. You know. And they ain't got to go no HBCUs no more. See, it used to be, all right, well, you can coach, but you can go coach at HBCU. They don't mess around and let Coach Prime come up here now. So he done brought all the HBCU people with him. So they don't want him to succeed. They happy. Go beat the mess out of HBCU teams. Stay in that bubble. There's only a handful of HBCU teams. They like, you can go down there and have Martin Luther King. You can talk black, but don't go talking about all the other stuff. They want you to be black. Y'all ain't helping folks telling them black. Yeah, you can have that little segment. You can have that. Go be black. But now it's like, now you having a bigger influence. Now I gotta compete against you. I clap your blackness, but now I gotta compete against you. They laugh at you over there because they know you ain't recruit nobody down there to the little shabby school. You ain't got the resources. They know that. Now they'll open up. Oh, shucks, they don't let them up here. Doggone it. Now he should see other people say, I ain't got to settle for Jackson State and Alabama State. I want to go to Florida State. And see, they let certain people get those positions. They do. But they have to go through their system. They didn't come through this system. This system is the Coach Prime system, the Cam Newton system, the Ray Lewis system. It ain't skiing. They got skinned people over there. But it's a different system. They cool with that. That's what I believe. But I was saying something, y'all. It's an interesting thing. Our biggest fear, I think we got an answer to it. Coach Prime and Colorado Buffaloes have dealt everywhere but one place. And we don't talk about it. But I think we got an answer to it. Colorado, I think they found a backup quarterback. And they be slick showing it to you. We ain't talking about it. It ain't Stop. Stop and go out there and slip up if you want to. They got a boy out there throwing that ball. Little young dude with a running back number on. Everybody's saying, who this running back? Who is number 22 out there throwing the ball to gold jersey? This guy named Ponder. Ponder. Remember that name? Ponder. I think we ain't got to be too scared now. Because, Stop, decent. He decent, dink and dunk. He ain't got no big arm. He a little dude. He can hand the ball off. He can manage the game. But no real threat. Ponder. Remember the name? That boy dropping that ball. Ponder about 6'5". He supposed to be like what Taylor and Wade supposed to be. I want to see Wade go to tight end. I said it from day one. I don't know what he playing with. He's strong. He's talented. He's big. I want to see that boy put on 20, 25 pounds, go tight end. I think he can be an NFL tight end. Easy. Quit playing. Don't hurt your chances trying to be prideful at that. Trying to play quarterback, man. Somebody asked, was I don't know. Keep getting unsubscribed. I ain't never heard of that before. Anybody else had that experience? I don't know. Shadow ban make people unsubscribe. I don't know. I don't know how you unsubscribe. Why do you want to shadow ban little on me? Don't shadow ban little on me. I ain't did nothing. Check that out. Now, I don't know who else had that experience. But Ponder, I think I'm feeling better. Because we kept talking about, okay, I was even saying, don't even let Star go out there and get hurt. We like Florida State. Florida State, Star got hurt, backup got hurt. They took the playoff for him. So, as long as Ponder there, I feel better. Because all it takes is Stop to have a bad day or get hurt. And it's like, who we got? Wade, Taylor. Like, that's scary to have such an elite team and can't get them the ball. We need somebody to be able to continue to get the ball downfield. And Ponder is showing he can drop that thing in there. Remember Greg said it. They say Ponder's a 3-star out of high school. I know he got moved around a little bit. I think he tried to go to a couple schools. But he just showed up out of nowhere over the last few weeks. He's dropping that ball in there consistently. And he's tall. He's big. He's a big guy. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to end on this. It's a couple things I have concern about. I've said it. And I'm sure we're going to continue to talk about it. But I want to see it through. I even talked with B. Watts about it. Now, there's two things that's popped up recently. One thing. Special teams, they showed that one little clip with the block punt. Hopefully they tricking us. But we ain't got time for no block field goals. No field goal. We got no time for no block field goals, no block points. So I'm going to put a question mark on that. We got too many guys out there to figure out who can block. You can't block, get off the field. We're not getting those field goals blocked. Like that's supposed to be almost automatic, except special situations. No field goals blocked. We got too many good kickers to not be able to kick a field goal. It's no good having good kickers and can't kick a field goal. So that and my linebackers, I'm still looking now. I'm not trying to be hard. I'm still looking. I don't like seeing linebackers with their feet side by side, feet crossing, stacked on top of each other. Like it's no point the linebackers should be right next to each other. It's two of y'all for a reason. We want to make Siamese twins. We'll make like you got your job. I'm here. I'm on the backside. We should not be on top of each other making a play. Because man, I mean, y'all running into each other. And then they cut back. Nobody over there. I ain't got time for that dumb mess now. Y'all both running the hole. He cut back over there. Ain't nobody over there but doggone corner all the way upfield. It's linebackers there for a reason. Get y'all jump together. Some of them. I ain't saying all of them. But, I just say straight. I don't like Trevor and Bentley out there together for nothing. Because they played too much of alike. They both are very not fundamental as far as how they approach. They commit too quick to the ball. They don't scrape down the line as well, and they're more likely to run to the same hole, and that's not good. And I've seen some stuff, and I'm like, we got too many linebackers, and that brings me to another point. Personnel. We have no excuse this year. We got everything we need to win. We got the personnel. We got top running backs, top. Rotate them right, do what you need to do. We got plenty of linebackers. Use our running back. I mean, use our linebackers the way they need to be used. That's all I can say. Don't force the crap. Don't put two people out there who liable to screw up. Our defensive line are playing well. If we got one guy and we got one hole and y'all both running to the wrong hole, we ain't got time for that crap, man. We ain't got time to give up big runs because y'all won't be doofuses out there linebacker. We got too many good linebackers that can get the job done. Hill Green can get the job done. I know Chaney can get. I watch these boys. They know how to read. Wester, I know they can read. Those three should be the front. Period. Top runners. Period. They're the only true linebackers. Bentley is a linebacker, but he don't read like a linebacker. Trevor Woods running. He got his feet in the starter position and linebacker. Like he not blitzing. You should never be. Your feet should always be shoulder width as a linebacker. You moving here and there. Your feet should never be one in front of the other at linebacker. Even when you're approaching the ball, you should keep your shoulders square. Because how do you take on a freaking block? If you that's why you get pushed out the way. If you put one foot in front of the other, they can push you. You can't. These guys 300 pounds. You can't take on a block if you don't have your base up under you. So it's never a point where one foot should be in front of the other unless you're running. So that's an issue that I see, with personnel, man. Get the right guys in the game. Get the right guys in the game. I ain't got time for the nonsense. And I told y'all a long time ago that Trevor Woods was like a red zone linebacker. He can go and drop back in the middle of the field and get those picks like you see him get. Red zone, where they're gonna do a little running, and I'm scared of that. But I know if they try to pass in the red zone, release a tight end, something like that, he can that's his strength. But just pure run, it's not. It's not. I ain't saying he's scared or whatever. That's not his strength. It ain't never been his strength. Hey, people desperate. But that's my thing, y'all. Those things I see, we're going to keep evaluating, keep those in mind. How we adjust on the special team with all that talent we got to find somebody who can play. Use the right linebackers. The right linebackers. We got too many of them. The right combination of linebackers. We know teams running the ball. Put the people who know how to read. I don't care how many freaking interceptions you catch if you don't know how to read. They running the ball. They running the ball. North Dakota running the ball. So Nebraska running the ball. They're going to be running the ball. Most of these teams, Kansas State running the ball. Kansas running the ball. It is what it is. Got to be ready. And that's going to be up to the coaches, the personnel, the right people on the line, the right people at linebacker. It's up to the personnel. Can't say you ain't got the personnel. Last year, it was like, we just kind of piecing together. We threw a couple portal classes together, and voila. You got what you need. Now it's on you. They disrespecting y'all too, coaches. They disrespecting y'all, saying you got a 7-win team and a 4-win coaching staff. Y'all got as much to prove as the players do. Because they basically, what they basically saying is, we don't care how much talent Colorado got. The coaches are too dumb to know how to use them. That's basically what they're saying. And that's why they get to the press conferences and they disrespecting them. Because they don't respect them as a coach. They feel like he only got there because, what they say, clicks, showboat. They don't respect him as a coach. Y'all got to win. Y'all got to win. They feel like, oh, you may was a good player, but you don't know nothing about coaching. And remember, they jealous of the fact you got one of their covenant coaching positions. You just a dumb job athlete. You just was God-given talent. You don't know football like I do. That's what they feel. You don't know football like I do. You may ran a 4.2. That's it. If I had your talent, I'd be better. That's how they feel. They feel they're smarter than you. You got to prove these folks wrong. They feel like they don't care how much talent you got. They feel like they can beat you. And you put West out there with Trevor Woods, man. That's that. Question. But that's it, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. It was Greg what Greg said it. Another live. Again, shout out to our sponsor, Unified Strength. As we all know, it's bigger than the game. Y'all join the movement. More information to come. Us versus everybody else. That's the kind of season we got. Hope y'all ready. Talk to y'all soon.